Welcome back to Cossy Arsenal Podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal 4-3 Luton at the Kenilworth Road. Arsenal have squeezed it at the Declan Rice with his priceless moments. They continue and he doesn't end to amuse us. He's such a quality player and I think there was no one that was doubting that. But his impact on such a big stage, on such a big club, he is absolutely the player we needed in this summer. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Let me know who was your man of the match. I think we are going to go with around 4 players. Declan Rice, for me, is definitely a contender for man of the match. Gabriel Jesus has been very good in this game. You've got to award him man of the match if you're really fair. I think we will talk about Kai Havertz as well. Kai had a fantastic game, and I think the goal that he scores, I think it allows us to respond quicker to their third goal, and eventually it sets the platform for us to score our 4th. And of course, I thought Bukayo Saka today was actually very good. Saka was involved throughout the 90 minutes. I thought we used that channel very well, and Saka, the corners, the persistency and the consistency from him in this game, he has been absolutely impactful as well. So look, talk to me in the comment box below. Who was your man of the match? Personally, I'm going to go with Gabriel Jesus. I think Jesus has been really good in this game, both first half and the second half. The goal itself in the first half, I think it's a very good one. It's a very good finish. And for him to be arriving in those areas is something he's got to be doing more and more and more. So the first goal, I loved it. But then the second, the assist to set up Kai Havertz, I think it really does very well. If you look at how he's actually pulling the defender, he's actually in that struggle. And then when he wins it, he actually realizes the run. He notices the run of Kai Havertz, just places it into the path of Kai, and Kai does the rest. So for me, man of the match, Gabriel Jesus, such a quality player as well. And well, let's talk about the tales. Let's talk about the memoirs of Kenilworth Road, because no one expected it to be ugly. I didn't think it would go that ugly. It did go to the wire, and Arsenal eventually won it through this man, Declan Rice. Another day for us to live to tell another day, and that is because of Declan Rice. Now listen, first and foremost, Mikhail actually talked about how difficult going to Kenilworth Road is, and how organized Luton are. And I say this is a game that's going to test Arsenal's ability to create chances and Arsenal's ability to score goals as well. And the reason is, I don't think they're one of the best defensive units in the Premier League. I think they concede goals, and we've just seen today. And they really do concede chances. Look, you look at the both goals we scored in the first half. Those are easy chances. You look at the chances we have actually scored in the second half. They could have done better than that. So coming into this game, my expectation was Arsenal will come to score 3 or 4, but I didn't think we would concede 3. I didn't think Arsenal would at some point in time be a goal down, right? 3-2 in this game. I didn't envision that. I didn't vision that. And it's the beauty of football, but it's also the beauty of playing sides like Luton Town. Now, where did it go wrong? Did we actually defend very poorly? I don't think so. I think defensively, we were as good as we have been before. The difference now has been in the corners, because you look at, we have considered 2 goals, through corners. The first goal, I don't think would really do very, very well. I think it's either Odegaard and Jesus that have to deal with that ball. They don't deal with it, and somehow Gabriel, I think Osho, gets on target. And then you're like, okay, it's okay, it's 1-1. Arsenal will respond, and we eventually do respond through Gabriel Jesus. But then in the second half, at the start of the second half, that is poor from Raya. It was very, very poor from Raya. I think he's gone into a challenge for the ball from a corner that he's unsure whether he's going to win it, and eventually he actually loses it. You can't be conceding such goals at Kenilworth Road against Luton, because you're going to be facing the likes of Virgil van Dijk very soon, the likes of Diego Carlos, at Aston Villa. I think Raya let me down in that scenario. It's the same thing with the third goal. I think Arsenal defensively exposed themselves. We did expose ourselves there. Ben White has given a lot, acres and acres of space for Rosie Barkley, and Barkley has all the time in the world to choose a spot and do whatever he wants. And I want to blame. Let's talk. We will talk about Raya in that incident. I think he should be doing better. I think he goes a little bit late, on the ground. But if you're Ben White and you're competing with Tomiyasu, you cannot be letting such, happen. You can't be letting such incidences, go by. You can't allow Rosie Barkley get it on his right and then turn it to his left and then shoot while you're ball watching. I don't think it's worth it, right? I really, really don't. But credit to Luton Town. I don't want to take anything away from them. They've been a very good unit. They deserved a point. They deserved more than a point in this game. And the manager will be sad. The team will be sad. But that is the pain of playing a club as good as Arsenal. That is the pain of playing a high-level quality Premier League side like Arsenal. You're always going to lose this game. You're always going to, concede that late-minute clutch. Do they deserve more points in this game? Absolutely. Do I think Arsenal were going to give them 3 points or a point in this game? I never thought about it. And even at minute 95, I still think and I thought Arsenal would actually win it. But let's get into the talk about the Arsenal and how we actually featured in this game. First and foremost, let's talk about the chance creation and let's talk about the goals. I loved the way we displayed ourselves in front of goal. I love the way Arsenal came in this game, meaning business. I think we really, really did mean business. We were just shocked. We were shocked that they were good. We were shocked that they had come to actually create something, different that we actually didn't expect out of them. But apart from that, I'm really happy with the chance creation. I'm really happy with the goals scored because we have literally scored every kind of goal in this game. A late minute header from Declan Rice. Gabriel Martinelli, I think it's a very, very slick goal because Saka cuts it back and then it's an easy tap in from Gabriel Martinelli. Then you look at the Gabriel Jesus goal, Benjamin White, the cross is quality from Ben. And then the finish is absolutely very, very good from, Gabriel Jesus. So you look at the goals that we have scored. Of course, Kai Havertz, through on goal and, getting that, that beautiful goal as well. 3 in 3 goals. So talk about Kai. So I think the takeaway for Mikel Arsenal is the creativity is there in this team, and the ability to score goals is there in this team as well. That is something that we have been scratching our heads all season. 15 games in, we've been asking the question, do Arsenal really have the capability to score goals? But I tell you what, we've scored 4 against Luton, we've scored 6 against Lens, and we've scored 2 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Those are 12 goals in the last 3 games. That should communicate something about this team's ability to score goals and, create chances. And I thought that was the reason why we were here. That is the reason why you play Luton, Sheffield, and Burnley. Can you bring out that inner magic? Can you bring out that inner quality that the team has? And I think we've done it. If the other thing we've got to reflect about, it's going to be the defending, right? It's going to be the defending. When clubs look at how you concede goals against Luton, they will copy their strategy and they will try to replicate it, right? So when you go to the Anfield, I won't be surprised to see Jurgen Klopp encouraging Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip to come a little bit further up front in corners and those dead ball situations to try and trick Arsenal into, into conceding corners, right? Into try to score corners against Arsenal, and that is the point. We need to work on that. David Raya, I don't know. I've seen him shaky in a few corner situations. He's a very good goalkeeper when it comes to collecting area balls, especially across his penalty area. But he's got to work on that. He's got to work on his ability in the air, especially with corners. He's got to work on that. And then Ben White is something that is recurring. When you have Ben White and Alexander Zinchenko out wide, it literally means that the wide players of the opposition can easily go to the byline and cross chances, but then they also can easily cut inside and come inside and do whatever they want in the penalty area. Mikel and the coaching staff, they need to talk about this. They need to think about how do they make Ben and Alexander Zinchenko better defensively. I don't think we can trust them. I don't think they're players that Mikel can easily go, well, I can trust them. These are players I can trust in wide areas. And we've seen it. We've seen it with Marcus Rashford against Ben White this campaign. We have seen it with Rossy Barkley against Marcus Rashford against Ben White this campaign as well. It's not working. I don't think defensively these players are being reliable. I don't think they're giving us the real clutch quality that we are actually asking for. So defensively, we have exposed ourselves. We have conceded 14 goals in the league this campaign, and to make things very, very interesting, Arsenal have conceded 3 of those 14 against Luton Town. Yeah, there's a problem there. We have conceded 5 goals against Fulham and Luton. Those are 2 of the league's lowest scoring sides. So those are 2 sides in the Premier League that anyone says, I want to go to Fulham, I will win a goal to nil. I will win 2 goals to nil. I keep a clean sheet. It's the same thing with Luton. But if Arsenal have conceded 3 against Luton, defensively, we've got we've got questions to answer. We've got a few gaps to fill, and I think we will be much better from there. We'll be in a much better place. So let's talk about Declan Rice and let's talk about Kai, because I think those were the 2 players that eventually grabbed the headlines. Kai Havertz scoring 3 in 3, and Declan Rice now getting his second Arsenal goal this campaign. But also the minutes in which he's getting these goals and the value, the importance of these goals really matters. So let's talk about Kai first. Kai has scored 3 in 3. I think that is the big highlight. But I think the bigger highlight now is Mikel Arteta can trust him. There's a difference between a manager playing a player for 90 minutes just to prove, just to give him time and, show sympathy. And then there's another reason why a manager leaves a player on for 90 minutes. Because he thinks he's one of the players that can actually change the game. And I think Kai almost changed this game. The equalizer comes in at a very, very good time, because if he doesn't score that, then Arsenal is still a goal down, and it's uglier. It's uglier than 3-3. But there was that header that Kaminsky actually tips over the bar. If he doesn't tip that over, Kai Havertz wins us another game. He did win us the Brentford game. He almost won us. The Luton Town game. And I tell you what, all these performances are coming away from home. All these good performances from Kai are on the road, and that is positive, right? Because most of the players that we have seen, you look at Edin Nketiah's record at the Emirates Stadium, most of these players that are not performing well, they will give you a good quality performance at home. I think Kai is actually doing it, both ways, but even better on the other side. He's doing it, at Kenilworth Road. He's doing it at the GTEC Community Stadium. And if you can raise your confidence levels to score away from home, you will definitely be guaranteed to be scoring at home. There's no question about that. So I think Kai is actually becoming better the way he's winning the ball. In the last minutes of the game, he was driving. He was dribbling, right? I really think I'm considering putting him in my fantasy Premier League team. I really, really do. I have Odegaard in there. I have Saka in there and William Saliba. I'm thinking about adding one more player, and that player could be Kai Havertz. I thought, again, in this game, he's improving. He's showing the willingness to run, the willingness to fight for the ball, and he's getting into very good areas. Very, very good areas. So 3 chances today. He's taken 1. Very soon, I think, before round 1 of the Premier League ends, Kai will score a brace. He will score 2 goals in 1 game. Declan Rice, what should I say? What should we say about this guy? When we brought him from West Ham, the West Ham fans told us, you're taking the best player in the league. You're taking the best defensive midfielder in the league. You're taking quality. You're taking history. You're taking a guy that is going to be a part of this Arsenal history. And we didn't listen. And now, bro, we've got to listen and we've got to send feedback and say thank you to West Ham. They've done us a massive, round of good. I don't like us winning games at clutch moments, but it's inevitable that if you want to be champions, you will win games at clutch moments. But of all people, of all players, Declan Rice with a header inside the penalty area. Immense. Absolutely, absolutely immense stuff. I want to see more of this. I want to see him in these mixes. I want to see him, trying to do the crazy stuff. I want to see him impact games. And if Arsenal win the title, if Arsenal win the league in his first campaign at the club, it's going to be history. It's going to be history. He comes from West Ham after winning them the Europa League, so the UEFA Conference League, a major trophy in a very long time, like in 50 years, to win Arsenal the league in 20 years. It doesn't get better than that. So for me, Rice, if you vote him for man of the match, I'm definitely agreeing with you. I've just gone with Gabriel Jesus because I thought his performance was absolutely, absolutely nice. I'll see you in a bit.